Back to the final segment of the show for today. We're talking to Dr. LMadu, and he's talking about traditional African religions at the 21st century, and he's given us some really remarkable information in reference to the comparisons between traditional African religions and religions of today. And of course, Dr. LMadu, let's continue our discussion by picking up where you wish to start dealing with this traditional African religion.
Yes, I was on the theme of religious tolerance, you know, amongst Africans. Now, one would ask, why is it that traditional African religion did not move out of its original founding base, Africa? Just like Christianity moved out of its base, you know, to evangelize and conquer other people.
Good.
Islam moved out of its base in Arabia to evangelize and, conquer others. Now, some will say, well, why didn't this traditional African religion move out from Africa instead of being confined to Africa? Well, the reason is this, that traditional African religion was stamped for domestic use only, not for export, okay? So that underlining philosophy and principle marked, traditional African religion.
It's for Africa and Africa only.
Exactly, for domestic consumption only, not for evangelizing purposes outside our country. Now, that is essentially is incorporating power, is absorbing power. Because what happened, because this religion is domesticized and not for export, okay? It wasn't in the marketplace for creeds, and souls, okay? So the tension that would have arisen if the traditional African religion had tried to move out and become an evangelizing religion, creating tension between itself and Islam on the other hand, and Christianity on the other hand, exactly, did not exist. So that absorbing and incorporating, strength arose from that.
Traditional African religions can be as comfortable with Christianity as it can with Islam.
Exactly.
Is that what we're saying?
Exactly, exactly. It can coexist with these two religions because of its non-evangelizing quality. Since it was domesticized, it did not want to go to Europe to conquer Europeans. It didn't want to go to Arabia to conquer. It just wanted to stay here and be left alone. So those religions that came in were absorbed comfortably. And even the tenets were incorporated into traditional African religion. For example, where you call the Democratic Republic of the Congo. I remember when the Belgians were there, there was a guy called Simon Kimbangu. Kimbangu started incorporating Catholicism into traditional, fusing it with traditional African religion. Now, what did the Belgians do? Well, they say, hey, this man is practicing religious syncretism.
Corrupted in the religion.
Yeah, he's practicing religious syncretism, mixing Catholicism with traditional African religion. Yeah, well, they put him in jail where he eventually died. But the Kimbanguist religion is the largest religious following in Democratic Republic of the Congo today. You see, because
which is a testimony to what he was doing.
Exactly, which is a testimony to what he was doing. He's trying to infuse traditional African religion with, Catholicism to make it more palatable to the population. Okay. And
after all, that was the population that they had to serve.
Exactly, that's the population he has to serve, and at the same time in their own language. And you should understand that when Christianity came and all this, they came with the Bible written in another language. The priest in Latin and all this. Most of the population didn't know what was being said. So some of these, traditionalists wanted a religion that, would be consonant with traditional African ways of thinking and behavior. For example, Islam had more headway in Africa initially than Christianity, because when Islam came, it left African culture and religions intact the way it was. It did not oppose polygamy, like the Christian religion did. It did not oppose reincarnation, like the Christian churches did. It did not oppose exorcism, like the Christian churches did. It did not oppose witchcraft, So it was more acceptable initially because of these acceptance of African way of worship and tradition.
Outsiders with their religion coming into your continent and trying to change you.
Absolutely. And you see, there was no concerted effort to export the religion, like I said, but unconsciously it was exported because the slaves took those religions when they left, and you hear of voodoo in Haiti and in South America and all this. That's traditional African religion.
Yeah, good.
Yes.